In the heart of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of kilometers away from the nearest inhabited land, lies a small island called Easter Island, or, as its original inhabitants call it, Rapa Nui. From a distance, this island appears to be just another isolated volcanic landmass. But as soon as you step onto its soil, you feel that something strange surrounds you. Here, hundreds of massive stone statues stand in silence, staring inward as if they have been guarding the island for centuries. These statues are known as Moai, and they are one of the greatest archaeological mysteries known to mankind. The Moai statues are not just massive, they are eerie in their precision. Some stand over 10 meters tall and weigh more than 80 tons. They were mostly carved from a type of volcanic stone called tuff, sourced from the crater of a volcano called Rano Raraku. The strange thing is that nearly all of the Moai statues were made in this particular spot and then transported to various locations across the island. And this is one of the most perplexing questions in the Moai story. How could a people without wheels, beasts of burden, or even metal tools transport hundreds of statues of such enormous size and weight across rugged terrain and steep elevations? Some scientists speculate that the islanders used tree trunks as sleds to move the statues, but this theory faces a major logical problem. The island was once covered in dense forests, but with time, all the trees disappeared. Did they cut down all the trees just to move these statues? And if this is true, did it cause an environmental collapse that ultimately destroyed their civilization? Another, more fascinating theory that has surfaced in recent years suggests that the islanders walked the statues. This means they tied long ropes around the Moai and gently rocked them back and forth, causing them to move forward step by step. This theory was scientifically tested on replicas of similar-sized statues and worked, which indicates that the people of Rapa Nui possessed a unique engineering genius. Even without advanced technology, only stone tools, ropes, and their hands. But the question remains, why did they create these statues in the first place? The most widely accepted explanation among archaeologists is that the Moai represented the ancestors or spiritual leaders of each tribe. The statues were believed to carry supernatural power, known as mana, which protected the tribe. Thus, they were carved and placed on stone platforms called ahu, typically facing the villages, as if watching over and guarding the people. What's even more curious is that the Moai statues were always placed to look inward, toward the villages, except for a few that were placed on the coastline facing the ocean. These statues are thought to symbolize ancestors who came from the sea, or gods that protected the island from invaders. And then, something strange happened: the sudden and complete cessation of Moai production. At Rano Raraku, the Moai quarry, unfinished statues can still be found, half carved into the rock as if the work abruptly stopped. There are several theories about why this happened. One theory suggests it was due to an environmental collapse caused by excessive deforestation, leading to famines and internal conflicts. Another theory points to the arrival of European settlers and the subsequent introduction of diseases that decimated the native population. However, some believe the cause is much deeper. Perhaps the islanders lost their belief in the spiritual power embodied by the statues after a series of natural disasters or political shifts within the tribes themselves. What is fascinating is that for a long time, scientists believed the Moai were just giant heads, buried in the earth. However, recent excavations have revealed that most of the statues have full bodies buried beneath the ground, adorned with intricate carvings and symbols. This discovery completely changed the understanding of the Moai and reignited the debate over their true meaning. The statues were not simply large faces, but entire figures standing firmly, facing time and nature and saying, "We have been here for centuries, and perhaps we will remain here for many more." Today, the Moai are not just a tourist attraction. They are a symbol of human ingenuity and the ability to express oneself even in the harshest of conditions. A small, isolated island managed to leave an unforgettable mark on the history of human civilization, and the statues that once appeared to be silent now speak volumes. They are pages from a story of a people we know little about, but what we do know is enough to make us pause and reflect in awe. The Moai stand as sentinels, waiting for someone to ask, who built them, and why did they disappear so suddenly?